Good evening, fellow investors and traders. This is day 35 of Trading on the Record with your host Kyle Nero here. First things first, today in the markets, anything can happen. I don't need to know what's going to happen to make money. There's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that defines an edge. An edge in the markets is nothing more than a higher probability of one thing happening over another. And every moment today in the markets is unique. Today I'll be successful in the market because I'll objectively identify my edges. I'll predefine the risk of every trade. I'll fully accept that risk, or I'm willing to let go of that trade. I will act on my edges without hesitation or reservation. I'll pay myself as the markets makes money available to me. I'll continuously monitor my susceptibility for making errors, and I understand the absolute necessity of these principles of continued success, and therefore I never violate them. I trade my system, I stay the F out of the way, and I repeat. Good evening, I hope you had a lovely Friday so far and getting ready for the weekend, whatever my activities might be coming your way. I'm a mountain guy. I love trails and hikes and nature things like that, and I haven't been doing it for a while. Definitely got to get into it, and no better than the summer days coming up. So hope you have yourself a lovely weekend, whatever you may be up to. And let's just sign off our week that we've been trading on in the Forex, oil, metal and indices week. So let's get into it. Looking at the thumbnail, so as always, this numbers that I'm repeating here, it will be different to the thumbnail because I'd have updated after the trade. So today is day 35. We started transacting on this account on the 24th of October, recording it, making YouTube videos about it to track it. And that time the balance was at 106,233. The current balance as of yesterday is 108,566. But today is the 9th of December, so that 108,566 will be updated if there was a change. Our equity as of yesterday was 110,366. Our max drawdown never changes. That's equivalent of 10% of the account balance. That means that whenever the account reaches that 95,609 from the current 108,566, that means we call it quits, and this that particular account will be closed because it's reached its drawdown limit. Our current net profit as of yesterday was $2,333 with a return of 2.2%. Our contributions overall was at is at 110% for Forex, crypto at 0%, hardly any trades there. Oil at 1%, metals at negative 5%, and indices at negative 7%. So without further ado, let's head over to our trusty calendar over at Forex Factory. So today being Friday the 9th of December, we had no news events that impacted our trades today, and we're going to look over to the weekend if there's anything in the crypto market that might affect us, and it doesn't seem there is any for Saturday and Sunday. Heading over to Monday, we do have pound GDP, so the pound gross domestic product numbers coming out on Monday, so whatever pound trades I may be in, or that might be as an opportunity, I won't be able to take. And then there's no other news that might affect our trade. So let's head over to the markets now and see what's happening. So our current balance is at 109,328. That's definitely changed as compared to yesterday, so something moved there. Our equity is also sitting at 111,214 compared to yesterday's 110 odd thousand. So seems there's been some action in the market today, and let's go through the history first to see what transpired. So okay, I do see NZD JPY has closed here. So NZD JPY has reached a take profit point. You'll notice that by this green little section that automatically comes up on the MT5 software or MT4 software. So if you've put down a certain take profit point and it gets triggered, then it will come up as green or red if it has hit its stop loss. So in this case, our take profit point was automatically achieved for one of the trades because we opened two trades, so we risk 1% per trade. And so great stuff on the NZD JPY. I'll just update my records in my journal to mark that one as a win. And what we will then do is manage their trades. But just let's actually go through the rest of the history first to show you the last before that trade was the NAS 100 that was closed, and everything according to this column that I'm moving my mouse cursor over. Everything is set according to the last trade closed, so that you can easily identify as I move through this list every day. As I always say, that no trades was taken in between to alter the results of the equity, the balance, or whatever it may be, to prove the validity thereof, because what I'm showing you is a process here. It's not really about the numbers, it's more about the process. That's what I ideally want to bring across to you. So okay, so that was the last trade closed, and then let's head back into our trade section and manage whatever trades that there is that we need to. So USD, OSD, let's just have a look at what's happening there out at oil. So oil it's had some movement today, but has come back also a little bit, so nothing for us to do there. It still hasn't hit our point where we could have taken profit, and let me just have a look at what that would have been. I think we said around 740. So if I pull down my cursor from there until there, if price had to end up here as far as it moved today, that's beyond 740, 745, then it means that I would have been able to move my stop loss a little bit further down, so that if this thing comes back up, I could at least walk away with some profit. But as things stand now, I cannot do that until my system or until price has moved to that level. So let me actually just put the cursor up there for indication points that you can see next week when we get back into oil. But for right now, I can't change it. I can't close this trade. My trades runs over weekends. I don't do anything with it. If the price goes up and takes away my stop loss, that's it. That's how things works. But my system won't give me any possible entry if I close this trade now. I'm not only looking at now, I'm looking at the future beyond this, what you can't see that's going into the future. So below this red line, that's where I want to be, and that's where I want price to go, so that I could benefit from that, not just a small little bit. If you look at the charts back in history, you always see this massive move. So like, I'm bringing up the cursor here and I'm bringing it all down all to here, and it looks good when you look back in history. But when you're in the moment, do you have that presence of mind to actually have foresight to the future, to say, hang on, things don't just happen in the now. Let me see how things plays out, and let me take bits of profit as we go along, because that's how you actually make money. So enough about that. Let's check the other trade. So nothing to do on oil tonight. The other trade is Japan 225. So this guy is very much close to where our it's at a very awkward level going in at 7 minutes just before, because the one thing, the other indicators that I always block out on the black screen with the green and red bars going across, those is the ones that hide my indicators. So this is the only one that I will show you. But in this event here, I need to close this trade if price either ends up above this blue line or it closes below this blue line. So it's only in this instance. Please don't look at my thing and think it's for all instances. It's only in this instance. So I just kind of gotta wait closer to the time now. Leave it maybe 3 minutes before the time before I decide what I'm gonna do there if price comes down below that. But as you can see, it's moved crazily, and had I gone into the markets early on today and it was at 3 o'clock, maybe around this high point, I'd have been running at a loss at what, $500 for each of these trades. I'd have been down $1,000, and maybe even more, given how close it has come. And if I'm signing onto the markets during the day, it kills you. Please, people, don't do that. If you're watching this, not following my system, doing your own thing, absolutely fine. But do not go on in the markets in between the times and look at it, because you will drive yourself insane. Do not do that, please. Okay, so enough about that. We're gonna have to do some things here. So it's come a bit down. My main price point is against this line, which is 2775 So I'm keeping a close eye on what's happening there, and we'll take it from there. So The other trade that we need to manage is the NZD-JPY. So let's head over there real quickly. Of course, as mentioned before, that one has hit its first take profit point. We opened 2 trades for 2% risk. We hope the one reaches its initial take profit, then we hope the other one runs deep into the future so that we can benefit and take profit bit by bit off the line. So what we're doing now, just with this red line, sorry if I didn't say, I'm moving this up to the green line. That is where I entered, and that means that basically this trade now is risk free. If the price comes down to this line, it means it takes out my stop loss, and I only took the $730 odd. That was on my first take profit. I don't get to partake in the other one, but if price does go higher, I move my stop loss accordingly. The next trade to look at is AUD USD, and on AUD USD we have moved a little bit for the day, and basically we will not do anything with this trade. It is what it is. It hasn't hit our take profit point. I've got no right to move my stop loss to where I entered. That doesn't happen. So that's where that is right now. So let's just have a quick look at what else is happening here. And that would be on the Japan 225, the Nikkei. Let's just have a quick squiz. Yeah, so this guy, I'm just gonna hit a quick network rescan here, but according to me, everything is good for us to stay in this trade. You can just bear with me while I am waiting for that to happen. Still with you. Yeah, we're running at 11:57, and this thing has moved past its point because I have noticed the price point of earlier on, but it is what it is. Yeah, so this trade we will stay in, and it's moving ever so slightly, but it's not updating on the price point here. So just waiting patiently. There's probably nothing I can do beyond this point because markets would essentially close at 2 minutes before the time, and we are at that point right now. So we will leave our Nikkei running over the weekend, and then we will take it from there. Yep, so market's definitely closed, and we won't be able to transact anything where that is concerned. So that is it for the weekend and for what we have going on tonight. So balance signing off at 109.328, and our equity at 111.353. And there was another trade that we could have taken. It was in Euro GBP, the Euro Pound. So on the Euro Pound there was an entry there, but because there is Pound GDP news coming up on Monday, it means we're not authorized to take that trade essentially. So that's it. That is us signing off for the week. Thank you very much. Have yourself a great weekend, and do catch me tomorrow to check if for any opportunities that might exist in the crypto market. Cheerio.